This is the in continuation to our earlier interaction with all of you students. We are again here with you. The Board of Studies Academic is there with you, with the Chairman, Board of Studies Academic, CA Vishal Doshi, and our Vice Chairman, CA Dayanivas Sharma. You know very well that both of them have been the pioneer in coming out with this particular scheme. And along with the President and the Vice President, our Chairman, Vice Chairman, and all the council members, we have reached to this level. And our Chairman, Vice Chairman are very concerned about the way you people will be having the queries. Because in spite of so many like announcements and the FAQs we have come out with, but still we feel that you still have many more queries in your mind. So that is why this particular session, this interaction with the students has been kept again, which is going to continue for you so that we are able to resolve your queries and you do not face any problem in your conversion or in your the next step which you are going to take. So first of all, I welcome our Chairman, C. Vishal Doshi. Sir, I'll request you to just give the overview of the scheme and what type of you feel the issues are being faced by the students and what the BOS has been doing for it. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Very good afternoon to you, to the Vice Chairman, C. Dayanivas Sharma ji, to the whole BOS team, and definitely my dear students and all other stakeholders who have joined this interactive online session. Well, students, as you are all aware, and we are very happy that the scheme got launched on 1st July 2023, and none other than the first citizen of India, the President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu ji, launched the new scheme at the Foundation Day celebration when ICI stepped into 75 years of its, I would say, creation or its existence. Like Madam mentioned, this is in continuation of our efforts to reach out to the students and the other concerned stakeholders on this new scheme of education and training. We did a nationwide outreach or a webinar on 5th of July, where our President of the Institute, CA Aniket Sunil Talati ji, the Vice President of the Institute, CA Ranjit Kumar Agarwal ji, the Vice Chairman, myself, and the Director Board of Studies, Vanna ji. We took you through the salient features of the new scheme and the transitional provisions and various scenarios also. Subsequent to that, we have been, especially Dayabai and myself, we have been visiting a lot of the branches and the students' conferences and interacting with students and creating awareness about the new scheme of education and training that has been launched and now has been made effective. So some of the important aspects to start with, I would just like to highlight is, one is with respect to the number of papers. So considering the CA curriculum as a whole, friends, the number of papers, they remain the same. That is 20 papers, they remain 20 papers. So in the old scheme or the earlier scheme, we had 3 levels. That is the foundation. We had 4 papers. Intermediate, we had 8 papers, and final level we had 8 papers. Those 20 papers now in the new scheme are at the foundation, they remain 4 papers. At the intermediate, instead of 8 papers, now we have 6 papers. So 2 groups of 3 papers each. At the final level also, we have 6 papers. That is 2 groups of 3 papers each. And between intermediate and final, we have launched, I would say, we have included a new level, you can say, which is the self-paced online modules. So 4 papers, the students have to appear and clear under the self-paced online module. And so this is broadly the whole breakup. So this would help the students in releasing some of the pressures of the examination, that is the May and November examination, that instead of 8 papers to pass, you have 6 papers to pass going forward. And you have the self-paced online module, which Dayabai would share in greater detail after this. But That is, as the name suggests, it is self-paced. Another important thing I would like to share is with respect to the examinations. We had in the month of February made an announcement that the November 2023 examinations at the intermediate and final level would be under the old scheme of education and training, that is the old syllabus. And the December 2023 foundation exam would also be under the old syllabus. When we launched this scheme, when this got released, it was announced that the examinations under the new scheme, under the new syllabus, would be effective from the May 2024 attempt for intermediate and final, and the June 2024 attempt for the foundation. Well, students, here I would like to share, which we have shared earlier also, even last year when we were doing the outreach, that there would be no parallel exam under the old scheme as well as the new scheme. We would have the last examinations in 2023 under the old scheme, and come 2024, we would have all the exams under the new scheme, new syllabus only. Another important change is with respect to practical training. That now under the new scheme, the practical training will be of 2 years, uninterrupted practical training. That means there would be no CA examinations or any CA related activities that would be forming part of those 2 years of the uninterrupted practical training. So quickly, in just about a couple of minutes, I'll try to explain the difference between 3 years and 2 years. As the numbers suggest, yes, 3 and 2 is always there. Second is with respect to the final examination eligibility. Under the 3 years practical training, a student was eligible to appear for the final exam in the last 6 months of the practical training. Under 2 years, the student will be eligible to appear for the final exam 6 months after completion of the 2 years uninterrupted practical training. So that is one difference. The second difference is on the number of leaves. So under the 3 years practical training, a student is eligible for a maximum 156 days of leave over the 3-year period. Whereas under the 2-year period, a student is eligible for 12 days a year, that is 24 days over the 2 year of the uninterrupted practical training. The third difference is with respect to the AICITSS. Under the 3 years, the student was to appear for the AICITSS, was to complete the AICITSS during the practical training. Whereas now, under the new scheme, under the 2 years, the AICITSS has to be done after completing the 2 years of practical training. So these are the differences, and those students who have already commenced the 3 years of practical training and would want to continue with the 3 years of practical training, all the criteria that is applicable, which I just shared under the 3 years, would still continue for those students who are undergoing the 3 years of practical training. So this was with respect to the major changes on the number of papers, the level of the examinations, and the practical training. And finally, I would like to share as part of my opening remarks is about the stipend. So the stipend has been doubled with effect from 1st July 2023, and it is being made applicable to the existing students also. So it's not those who register under the new scheme, but under the existing, for the existing students also, with effect from 1st July 23, the stipend is being doubled. Important things is, on 1st of July, when the scheme was being launched, on the ICI portal, if you log in, you will find that there are a lot of material that we had uploaded immediately on the 1st July 23 evening. The prospectus was there, the transition scheme was there, the syllabus was there, the announcements were there, notification was there, and also the study material of the foundation, intermediate, and some of the papers of the final level were uploaded on the 1st of July of 2023. We had also uploaded the frequently asked questions, and that was the first version on 1st July 23, which we had uploaded. Thereafter, we have made 3 revisions, or I would say 3 updates, and all of them are hosted on the website of the ICI. So the version 2 was hosted on 7th of July, the version 3 was hosted on 24th July, and version 4 was hosted presently, very recently, on 13th of August. Because on 13th of August, the ICI came out with an announcement relaxing some of the conditions with respect to the practical training. So earlier, when the scheme was launched, only those students who had completed 2 years of practical training, completed both groups of the intermediate, were eligible to commence their practical training. And we received a lot of requests and suggestions, and subsequent to that, the council agreed to relax the condition, and there were 3 conditions in that particular announcement: that those students who had cleared either of the group of the intermediate could still commence the 3 years practical training up to 30th September after clearing their ICITSS. Those direct entry students who were eligible to start their practical training after completing their ICITSS were also made eligible to start their practical training till 30th of September 2023. And in certain cases of students who converted from the foundation to the direct entry, they were also eligible to commence their practical training by 30th September 2023, and were made, and these students who converted from direct entry, from foundation to the direct entry, could be made eligible for the November 2023 examination. And one thing, dear students, I would like to draw your attention is that with respect to all these 3 relaxations, 30th September, you have 30 days time to fill up the form and upload on the SSP portal. Post that, the window would close permanently. It is just a one-time relaxation that the council has given, and even on payment of additional fees, your form would not be accepted on the SSP portal. So these are some of the initial things and the important aspects of the new scheme and education and training that I wanted to share with you. Thank you. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You have actually briefed the students as to what are the basic changes which have come out and what are the relaxations which have been taken care of by the council, so that the hardship of the student is getting overcome. Sir, thank you. Now I'll come to, sir, I request our Vice Chairman, C.A. Dayanivas Sharma. Sir, please kindly apprise the students, sir, because like you know, sir, we have got many queries from the students. They are very much inquisitive to know about how the self-paced online modules are going to be, how they are going to learn, what is the methodology, how they are going to be tested, when they need to do it, when they need to give the exams, what are the types of questions which are going to be asked. Sir, I request you to advise the students about the same, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. And good afternoon to the chairman, one of the most intelligent and knowledgeable man I have actually come across, and a man who's been continuously working for the benefit of students. It's actually a privilege to work with him. And also, madam, thank you very much. You and your team has been doing a great job with regards to coordinating and ensuring that the things are going up to the mark. And dear students, good afternoon to all. Indeed, it's a pleasure to interact with you all people. But the excitement doesn't stop even after launching the course on 1st of July. The most important part which chairman and I have come across, I'll just tell you something very important before I take you to the self-paced learning, which is a unique thing at the world level, which is coming up from ICI. So the first thing which I would like to tell, we, chairman and myself, we were in the SAFA meeting 2 days back in Maldives. And we had representations from 7 different countries. And you all will be surprised to know the kind of feedback which we have got from all these countries, including our neighboring countries like Pakistan and Nepal. They have adored this new curriculum in a true sense. And more importantly, with regards to the kind of realignment which we have done for the benefit of students and make it more experiential in their entire process, is something which has been caught the eyes of the world. Rather, I'll tell, it doesn't stop there also. In the recent past, our Honorable Finance Minister has actually spoken in multiple forums, and where she talked about the technology adoption by ICI for the students, by the students, and for the professionals in time to come. Chairman, I think the tone is set where the IT for us means no more it means information technology alone, income tax alone, but also it means information technology. And the way we are going to take up the examination, this is a first step towards, I can say today, predicting the future, along with my chairman and board of studies and the entire team, that this is the first step towards moving from the descriptive examination to a online examination, which is more authentic. And the way the country has operated from 75 years and beyond also has been slow and steady win the race. That is how we have introduced the concept of self-paced learning in this entire curriculum of chartered accountancy. But only one thing for students. We both envy you all because you are going to learn the newest and the best way of learning and the subjects which are going to come in. I think both of us, at least I can talk on behalf of chairman also on a lighter note, that both of us, I think madam also, for that matter, are going to take up this examination if institute comes up saying that it is a double degree chartered accountancy we can give. We all will go through it because we are actually having an envy with you all people for the learning which you are going to go through and which you all will know. You are known by now. The transparency with which the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, the council, the president, vice president, everyone has worked upon the new curriculum is unmatchable. We have reached out to 1 lakh plus people, 102 outreach programs, 25,000 feedback, then multiple discussion with Ministry of Corporate Affairs ultimately gave us the highest satisfaction when this script was being released by the Honorable President of this country. Dear students, in the entire phase of 4646, balance 2 are left out, which is going to be which boundary? I know it should be out of the ground when you qualify and you become successful. The 4 is foundation, 6 is intermediate, 4 is self-paced, and 6 is final examination. Right, Vishal sir? Is that the point you told? So there are 4 boundaries which have already hit by us. Now there are 2 balls which are spare by the time you have won the match. But still, if you want to play, you can do your MRAs and MOUs with multiple countries and get additional qualification. But what is the advantage which is coming out in this new syllabus is something which we all have to understand. The self-paced learning, the beauty in its words itself is there. Self-paced learning, anytime, anywhere, any hour, you can sit and study. You don't have to wait for any person to come and teach you anything. The concept is introduced, as rightly said by the chairman. Once you complete your intermediate examination, GMCS and ITT, and you register for your final course, which is articleship period also, from there, you will get 2.5 years almost till the time you write your examination to qualify this 4 sets of self-paced learning. So much thoughtfully we have done this because the corporate law is being taken completely because you need to understand line by line the entire provision of corporate law. The entire basic knowledge will be tested for you all people at the intermediate level. But by the time you come to final or before getting into final, during the course of your articleship, students who are doing articles with a firm which has corporate law audit, corporate law related work versus the students who do not have corporate or related work exposure, these 2 people will be put on an equitable footing. That is how the set A of self-paced learning has been introduced. That is of corporate and other laws, where the learning, the lectures will be for 40 hours for set A, B, 40 hours each. C and D will be 20 hours each. Am I right, madam?
You're right.
Yeah. So 40 hours AB, 20 hours CD. Now, what is there in A is basically the entire corporate law, which is being learned in a descriptive manner, will be taken as there will be a material which has already been published for all you people on 1st of July itself. Now, the C and A and B, the corporate law material will be pre-recorded lectures of practical experience rather than the theoretical experience. That means if there is a board meeting that need to be conducted, how a board meeting is conducted, what are the things that need to be made arrangement for. The material will have the text which is required to be read by the student, but the text will be demonstrated or might be explained in form of practical learning. So a student can visualize how the board meetings are conducted, how an auditor is been appointed, how is a key management person is defined, what are the other things which are required to be known, how the incorporation of company happens, what are the object clause that need to be taken. Will there be a real-time memorandum and article of association shown to the student? Answer is yes. Might be when the discussion is happening, at that point in time, this is how the memorandum and article of association look like. This is how the board minutes look like. This is how the quorum of the board is being defined. This is how the commissions or any other profitability is being done. These all things are to be shown to you, will be shown to you in a practical manner, as if you are sitting in a board meeting and discussing all those matters. So the self-paced learning will be subject specific, chapter by chapter discussion in a practical aspect. That is the most important point. Don't have any confusion. Please, my request to you people is, don't have any confusion. Don't listen to any video lectures. Don't do anything. What is ICI going to take out for you is going to be totally different from what is being talked at the length and breadth of the country. Am I right, Chairman? Right. See, this is the commitment which we all are giving you, saying that it is going to be more of experiential. So the corporate law. Now, when you talk about set B, is going to be strategic cost and performance management. What is there? We learn practical question solving answers for marginal costing, standard costing, zero-based budgeting, balanced scorecard. We have never seen what are these all information. So these all things will be shown to you, explained you in a systematic manner. A question will be taken as a case scenario, not as a plus minus into divide. Please understand. So how a decision is taken, if you talk about, I don't have to name them, but only for a sake of example, if Maruti is thinking about evaluating a cost of a particular product, whether to buy or produce, or do we create an entity in a format where they are only going to supply to our supplying agency. I'm just giving the name only for the name of your reference, visualizing. That's it, nothing more than that. So what is going to happen is they are going to describe the entire case. How will you apply this costing which you have learned in your intermediate is going to be taught to you. So again, it is going to be case which will be explained subject by subject, topic by topic. That is one thing which is very important. So set A and B will be 40 hours lecture with all those chapters which are important, that will be taken through an example and a case scenario based learning. And then set C and D, when you talk about, it is one of the most unique things which we have introduced as an institute, thanks to the council, because the way that has been taught, that we want specialized people in time to come in this profession. That is how what we have done is, certain chapters which were forming part of your main subjects in different subjects are being culled out, because these are now unique, exclusive, post-qualification experience or specialization practices. So technically, if you see, set C has 10 topics which are being given to you, out of which you can select any one. That is going to be clocked with 20 hours of online learning, right? And there also, it will be explained. And then the test, rather I'll say assessment test. Once you complete chapter by chapter, when you complete chapter by chapter theory and practical learning, you will have certain questions which is going to come based on these. All question and answers are MCQ based, case scenario based. So now, the moment you complete chapter number 1, you can go and do some practice of what kind of questions are going to come in your self-assessment at appropriate time, right? So this is one part. What are those 10 chapters? You have seen the list, but only for the repetition's sake, I'll repeat: risk management, sustainability development, sustainability reporting, public finance and accounting, insolvency and bankruptcy code, international taxation, arbitration and conciliation, forensic accounting. Then you have valuation. Then you have financial services and capital markets, forex and treasury management. Out of these 10, you can pick up any one and complete the video-based learning, and then also do your assessment, and then go for examination of your main one. Set D has similarly 4 points, which I have been talking about continuously, and I think all of us are talking about. For the first time, Constitution of India and art of advocacy is being made as one subject, where person have to understand what is my constitutional right. That is the reason. Psychology and philosophy. Philosophy of an organization, psychology of a person. If you are not able to understand, I think you will not be a true auditor in time to come. You have to understand what are the philosophies on which the businesses are running, the business houses are running. Similarly, if you understand that in a proper learning sense, it will be a value add when you get into practice or even for job. In both the cases, you will evaluate the psychology of the promoters and philosophy of an organization and put your energies into right direction to make India the largest economy in the world. Then startup and entrepreneurship, and finally digital ecosystem and controls, which is one of the more key area which we need to look at. Students, one thing which I would like to tell you, this all subjects, example, if you want to see the material, set A and B is already been published. In C and D, we are in process of completing the subjects. In next 2 months time, hopefully we'll come out with the study material also. And then primarily you all will be eligible to write the self-assessment test. One exemption which has been thoughtfully given to all you students is those students, because we are preparing for the new syllabus. But be happy, just to visualize, on 1st of July, the new course was launched. The entire material was given to you all people, virtual, and now you can actually place and get the physical books also. Now the point which I am trying to drive is, next 2 months time, the material, and a maximum a month time, we are going to come out of the video lectures, which you all can see on the digital learning hub. You can enjoy your learning with that thought process that, during your articleship, whenever you are sitting in a car, when you are sitting in a bus, auto rickshaw, train, you are sitting idle at home, Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening, when the workflow is less in office, you can listen to the entire lectures and actually complete your basic test, which is there. So now this is with regards to the self-learning, which is the most important part. The examination, when you talk about, is going to be case scenario based, but MCQ is the answer, question answer model. There is no negative marking for this. Most importantly, 50% you need to get to pass this examination. Number two most important part is, this will not be considered for your aggregation of final marks. Rather, you will be actually given a separate certificate which has been proposed for completing your self-paced learning, right? And this will be conducted by the examination department of ICI. So it cannot be actually so simple that you can sit anywhere and write examination. The beauty, the deliberations are also whether it should be weekly, twice, every day in a week, how many number of times you can write an examination in a day, whether it should be clocking 3 hours of exam for self A and B, self C and D is 2 hours of examination. How do we give the slotting so that you can actually go and write you complete your assessment test. Once you complete, you are through with it. That means 2.5 years time is not a short time. You can comfortably complete the learning, and these are all experiential learning. Again, I am repeating for repetition's sake. So students, only thing which I would request you all people is, what is being deliberated externally is not important. What is going to come from ICI is going to be important. And trust me, trust us, at the institute level, we all are willing that all the students at every city, state, town, village should be a complete chartered accountant when they complete their course of new chartered accountant, though it is existing even today. But certain aspects which were not available for a smaller city people, now that is going to be available in form of video lectures from the high rated professors or lecturers. Also, this experiential learning is going to add to your entire experience of learning. I hope this gives a lot of clarity. But by chance, madam or chairman sir, if I have missed out anything from the self-paced learning, we will add it when the question answer comes and give more clarity. So look forward, and I'll promise you one thing along with you, chairman. I think you also promise our students, so that confidence is there, madam. You also put it for this 2 papers, A and B, 10, which is 12, and 4 is 16. These 16 papers, I promise today to you all people, I'll complete the self-paced learning, and maybe if opportunity given by the exam committee, I'll also attempt to write that examination and pass, so that what we have believed in, that yes, it can be done, will be shown with our own excitement and our learning to you all people, that if we can do, you also can do. Thank you all, and look forward to for the Q&A session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Sir, you have very aptly, you have covered and rather satisfied the queries of the students about the self-paced online modules. I hope there'll be no more such queries in their mind. Rather, they'll be too excited to start these particular self-paced modules and have that experiential learning which we all are talking about. I think, sir, I just want to surprise you. We have got 1,000 plus queries we have received as of now, and we are still also receiving. And we have tried to bucket it, the particular queries, so that we are able to, the common queries we have clubbed them. And students do not think that we have not taken up your name and your query. Rather, like you, many more have also asked this type of question. So maybe if your name is not being called for, don't think that we have not taken into consideration your query. Now, sir, we'll be starting with the queries. First, sir, first query which I'm posing to the chairman. Sir, the question is, this student is from intermediate, and her name is Sonia Chauhan. What she's wanting to know is, I think, sir, she is in the old scheme, registered in the old scheme, and she's now wanting to know how she can buy the new scheme material of the intermediate, and that too for 1,000 rupees. So, sir, if you can please apprise how she can do this complete this process, sir.
Yeah, sure. So my question and response to Sonia and all other students who have a similar question in their mind. Before that, I would like to thank all the students who have sent in their queries to us, so that we are able to cover, may not be all of them, but at least we have got a lot of questions. And if we have, at this point in time, on behalf of the Vice Chairman, Madam, and everybody, I would like to assure that if we feel that there are still a lot of questions which remain unanswered, maybe in a week or a fortnight's time, we'll again be back with all of you in a very similar session where we would be taking up your questions and responding to them. So on the question that Sonia asked, so under the new scheme, so like I said, that there are not going to be no parallel exams. Continuing with that, so what would happen is that all the students who are registered under the old scheme will have to compulsorily convert into the new scheme. So those students who will be appearing for the November 2023 examinations, as well as December 2023 examinations of the foundation, post their results, if they continue their journey as a CA student, they would be automatically converted into the new scheme. So this is for those students who are appearing for the November/December 2023 examination. Those students who are not appearing for the 2023 examination, even as on today, they can convert themselves into the new scheme of education and training. At the time of conversion, whether it is a compulsory conversion or a voluntary conversion, there is going to be no fees, no charges that would be levied. It is going to be free, the conversion from the old scheme to the new scheme. What the council has decided is that the study material, one set of study materials is already included in the fees that the student pays, right? So at the foundation, intermediate and final, one set of study material is included. So when you convert into the new scheme, there would be two situations. One, where you have already got the study material under the old scheme and you need the study material under the new scheme. In that situation, after conversion, when you go into the CDS portal, which is the portal from where the distribution of the study material and ordering of the study material happens. So when you go into the CDS portal, there is a nominal charge, which includes the postage and courier also. Let me clarify that. For the foundation level, it is 500 rupees. For the intermediate level, it is 1,000 rupees. And for the final level, it is 1,000 rupees. So these are the charges that the student has to pay if the student has already procured material under that particular level once, and they want after conversion to procure the or order the new study material. The second situation where the student has registered and not yet obtained the study material under that particular level that the student was eligible to, the student converts and then orders the study material. In this case, the student would be getting the study material free of cost, because like I said, one set of study material under that level is included as part of your course fees. So for such student, they would be able to get this study material under the CDS, that is the centralized distribution system, free of cost. So summing up, on conversion, there is no fees. For a student who has already got a study material under the old scheme, wants to order study material under the new scheme on the CDS, they will go and order, and they would be required to pay 500 rupees for foundation, 1,000 for intermediate, 1,000 for final. And those students who have not yet obtained any study material, they can go to the CDS portal and obtain the study material under the new scheme free of cost. Thank you. Back to you, ma'am.
Right, sir. Fine, sir. Sir, now I'm coming to the next query. This query has been asked by Prabhat Sharma. He is in his final. And sir, he is very much interested to know that when will the CA final group 2 new books will be available on the CDS portal?
Who to answer? Me or chairman?
Sir, chairman. Sir, chairman, sir.
Okay, fine, sir. Even I was confused. I thought maybe it would be the turn of the vice chair. So,
no,
nonetheless, yeah. So, responding to Prabhat's question, final syllabus, the group 2, especially the final course paper 4 and 5, which is the tax papers. As you are aware that we have to update the material for all the laws or whatever updates are there 6 months prior to the examination. So our team is working very hard, and till the end of September, the study material of the taxation papers would be available online, and it would be our endeavor to release module by module so that as students you can start downloading and preparing for them. So maybe beginning September or maybe the first weekend of September itself, we will start uploading the modules of paper 4 and 5 on the BOS knowledge portal. So maybe you can say something like 7th September onwards, we will start uploading the material, and by the end of September, the soft copies would be available on the BOS knowledge portal. And from the CDS portal from October 23, so when this whole set has been made available, it would go for printing, and from the CDS, it would be made available from October 23 onwards.
One point which I'd like to share, Chairman, is basically please understand students, the direct tax or indirect tax papers Madam, this is something which we need to really put forward from our side, because we are developing a new material. It means that, we need to ensure that the updation is continuous. But the 5 heads of income or all the chapters of the syllabus are same. It's not going to be different. So my request to you all students is, don't stop for anything. You continue completing the basic workings in all those things. So the new material will have one chapter additional, which is ethics and technology. Chairman sir, I personally feel that let us put this at this point in time, saying that the material, though sir, as he said, September onward it is going to be available. But what I am suggesting is, start reading the basics, right? The important chapter will be ethics and IT, which is relating to the income tax or GST matters. That will be an additional chapter which will be there. And there is a weightage of marks for those subjects also. But that's going to be fun learning. It is not going to be a memory, learning, stressing your memory. It's going to be fun learning. Like example, certain code of ethics issues which have come up, where the ethics are being questioned. So those case scenarios will be pulled up together. Based on the subject, based on the topic, we'll be providing you an input at appropriate level. So that will only be an additional thing. But otherwise, don't wait. Start preparing if you have started preparing. That's all. So, Chairman, I hope I extended your statement with the right thought.
Yes.
Sir.
Chairman sir, this question is also for you. It is from Sai Kambli. She's a student of foundation, and I think she is going to appear in the December 24 foundation examination. The anxiety in her mind is that if she fails in this, and whether she'll be getting the coupon code also for that. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, okay. My first response to Sai would be definitely all the best, and please do not keep such a thought process in mind that you would be appearing for the December final foundation exam. This is what I understand, madam, you mentioned. And right, ma'am, I think that is what you said, that December foundation exam, the student is going to appear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So my first request is that please do not think about failure. I think that is my first request to not only to Sai, but through Sai, I would request all the students that please think positively and put in the efforts that you will pass, and therefore this question should not actually come up. You should be confident. But yes, now that the question has been posed for everybody, like I mentioned earlier also, that if you have ordered already one set of study material under the old scheme of education and training, then you have to pay when you order for the material of the same level under the new scheme of education and training. So now for Sai, I would just give an example that Sai appears for the foundation exam, passes the foundation exam, and then registers under the intermediate. That would be under the new scheme of education and training, and therefore Sai would be getting the study material under the new scheme intermediate, for which no payment would have to be done, and no payment at the time of conversion also. On a very pessimist note, that if Sai is not successful in the December 2023 foundation exam attempt, and for the June 2024 exam attempt, if Sai wants a fresh set of the study material under the new scheme of education and training for foundation level, Sai will have to order the same by payment of 500 rupees from the CDS portal. Back to you.
Yes, sir. Now, sir, the next question, sir, Vice Chairman, it is for you. This question has been posed by Neeru, and she is in her intermediate now. And sir, you know very well that our online learning classes are really being looked forward by our students, and they're wanting to know when are we going to start the batch for the exams which are going to be held under the new scheme in May 2024, sir.
So instead of me, I think the office has to answer this. Vishal, right?
No,
because
sir.
we have an efficient office. But don't worry, we are very, very soon coming out, because now we are trying to explore with the faculties who are very good. We are just trying to see how we can actually accommodate whoever in this entire process. We will surely make a point that, at the earliest we'll come out with the classes, because this process is little interesting, because now the BOS app, the way people have subscribed for, close to 3 lakh or more than 3 lakh students have already subscribed. Whatever we are giving, madam, has been liked by many students, and we have received a couple of nice comments after going through our classes, BOS classes from institute. People have been successful in their examination. So, dear Neeru, one thing I can tell you is we are on it. Very soon we'll give the announcement.
Right, sir. So you're very right. And students, don't worry. We are working like a vice chairman and chairman have a prize, that we are working day in, day out. And we are we'll be announcing the dates for the exams to be held in May and June 2024. And we'll be announcing the classes. So wait for our announcement. Keep watching our announcements which are coming on a BOS Knowledge portal and on our app. So they'll be announced very soon. To the Vice Chairman, sir, I just again, this question is from Mukta. Mukta, sir, she's actually in foundation. She's saying she has provisionally registered for CA foundation course last year. Will she be automatically converted to the new course for June 24 exam? Or there are some formalities? Sir, because when she registered, the old scheme was in place, but her exam is due next year. So she's wanting to know anything specific she needs to do.
Madam, I think let us make it a loud announcement to all our dear students. Please understand, in past, there used to be a parallel course which used to run for examination purpose. But in this current education scheme, we have converted everything from May 24 onwards. It will be new scheme. That's it. So whether you apply, you don't have to apply. Automatical conversion is there without a single rupee charge to any of the student, apart from the study material which chairman was talking about. But there is no conversion cost. You don't have to wait for an announcement to come. You don't have to wait for any application to be filed. Everything I am saying is going to be automated. Automatically, you will be converted into the new syllabus. That's it. For all future questions also, madam, let us give one single answer.
That's it. I think, sir, the next question also is again on the similar lines, sir. I think this question has been answered. But since Bhageshwari has asked from the final level, she's also wanting to know, will she get automatically converted to new scheme of education? Whether she can do it now, or whether it will be automatic now, or it will be after December.
It will be, see, the students who are eligible to write examination in November 23 will be writing the examination in the old syllabus. Simple. Students who are eligible to write foundation, inter or final in May or June 24 will have to be writing examination in the new syllabus only. So technically there is no conversion. It is automatic moving towards. So there is no further question. As simple as that. May 24 onwards, June 24 for foundation, May 24 for inter and final, new exam, new syllabus. That's it.
Right, sir. Thank you. The next question, sir, this is addressed to Sir Chairman, sir. This is from Himanshi. She's in intermediate. She's wanting to know, is there any last date of conversion from CA intermediate old scheme to new scheme, sir?
Chairman.
Yeah. So, as mentioned earlier, that for the conversion, those who are going to appear for the November 2023 intermediate and final exam and December 23 foundation exam. Once the results are out, and those who would be continuing their journey as a CA student, that is at the final level, those who would pass and qualify and become members, for them, they would apply for the membership number. For rest of the students, there would be an automatic or a compulsory conversion post the results of the November-December examinations. As the case may be, there would be a compulsory or automatic conversion. For the rest of the students, like I mentioned earlier, those who are not going to appear for the November or December examination, means they would be appearing in 2024 exam or onwards. Even as on today, right now also, they can log into the SSP portal and convert to the new scheme of education and training. Over to you, ma'am.
Right, sir. Sir, the next question is from Pratyusha. She's in intermediate. I think, sir, this question is, I think, in context with the latest announcements which we have come out, sir. Wanting to know that she wants to convert from foundation to direct entry scheme. My degree results will be declared before September 23. Can we file exam application in normal scheme and then convert before September 2023?
Yeah. So what I understand from the question that Pratyusha is presently in foundation and wants to convert to direct entry, and for which the results will be declared before September 23. And then whether she can convert before September 23 and apply for the exam. So
Yes.
we have come out with this announcement, like I said, on 13th of August, that the student may convert to the direct entry route before 30th September 2023 and has to commence the 3 years of practical training on or before the 30th of September 2023. So this is what the relaxation on the 13th of August has been given to all such students.
Right, sir. Sir, then I now come to the next question. So this question, sir, again, I am posing it to you, sir. This is from Rachna, that she has registered in CA course and through direct entry. The registration date was 20th May 2023. And after 2 months, the new scheme has been introduced. She is confused about the new scheme conversion. Sir, and she's again wanting to know further that she has received the books under the old scheme, whether she's open to get the books under the new scheme as well.
Right. So, like we have discussed earlier, again, I would like to share that since this is a case of the direct entry, so Rachna would be eligible for the May 2024 examination, intermediate examination. Since for the November 23 attempt, the requirement was 9 months of practical training, which she has not satisfied. And therefore she would be eligible for the May 2024 intermediate exam. So Rachna will have to convert to the new scheme of education and training. And since she has already received the study material under the old scheme, Rachna, you will have to order the new set of materials or the materials under the new scheme on payment of nominal fees of rupees 1,000 at the intermediate level.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the next question, sir, it is to Vice Chairman, sir. It is in this question has been asked by Ankit Srivastava. And sir, now few of the questions are in context with the exemptions which will be available to the students who are in the old scheme vis-a-vis when they'll be entering in the new scheme, sir. So this he is asking that he is registered as a unit candidate in CA intermediate old course. Whether he'll get the paper-wise exemption in new scheme of education and training?
Madam, I think a very valid question. And dear Ankit, one thing which I would like to tell you is we have taken a decision in the council already with regards to paper by paper exemption. Point number one. Point number two, as per the process, the council decision has to go for signature of president, and there will be a notification which will be released shortly for all the students, for all the exemption criteria which are there. So just wait for the announcement soon, which is finalized by the council. And let me tell you all kind of scenarios with regards to whether it is unit-wise exemption or paper-wise exemption or stage-wise exemption, which is there. We have created multiple scenarios which will answer all your questions in time to come. Very shortly means within a week time, hopefully. Right, madam? Because till the time the signature is not done by the president, it will not right on our part to announce it. So the question is there, answer is known, but you cannot write before the answer sheet is given.
Yes, the 15 minutes time. So 15-minute times they cannot start writing. They can only write.
Yeah. So we are sitting in that 15 minutes time in the student's language.
Right, sir. But sir, actually, a number of students had posed this question. So I thought once I asked this query from their side, at least once you respond to them, at least their query gets resolved. They know that it is going to come very soon for them.
No, the query is not resolved. Only thing is it is deferred for a short period of time. But one thing which we would like to tell, chairman will also agree to it, that the entire concept of institute is giving benefit to our students. So that is being kept on the top of mind, center of table when we deliberated in the council also. And it will be a favorable thing for all the students. Not to worry.
Yes, sir. Sir, again, I'm still asking, sir. This question is from Sumesh Dadich. Sir, a student, he's asking to know, can he carry forward his exemption in any subject which he gets in old scheme to the new scheme?
Hey, this is also a valid question. There are different ways of having concerns for the students, madam.
That's true.
So it is not going to be direct. The answer will be same, but the way of a student asking, because it is concerning him or her, has to be answered in that context. So dear student, one thing which I would like to say is again, same ditto answer. Wait for some short time. We are coming out with the announcement. After that, we will have one more round of discussion with the students. Chairman has already put forward that agenda with us. So we will ensure that we are going to come back again and give more clarity in that also.
Yes. I think, sir, another 3-4 questions were in context with exemptions only. So I'm not going to ask those questions from you, sir, because I think let's wait for students. We should wait for the announcement to come. And thereafter, like our chairman and vice chairman have said, we'll be again coming out with another session with you to again put your queries into rest so that any doubt you still have after the announcement, we'll come out with them. We'll again have one session and we will answer to your queries. To the chairman, sir, now I go to the next question, which is from Ritvik, number 23. He's from final course. Actually, sir, he's saying that he just wants to understand all the details about new scheme for CA final students. I think, sir, it is a very open-ended question the student has asked. I know you will be able to answer very specifically because you always hit the point.
No, I think maybe this question was asked before we started our session, because in my opening remarks, I would say I navigated through the whole scheme, the new scheme of education and training, and especially the important aspects. And thereafter, Vice Chairman sir has also taken pains to showcase or I would say deliberate on the concept of the self-paced learning modules. So what Ritvik has asked that he wants to understand about the details. So I would just like to say that there is a lot of brainstorming, a lot of efforts that has gone into each and every aspect of the new scheme of education and training. I'll dwell upon one aspect, especially which has not yet been covered, but is with respect to MCQs, that at the intermediate level and at the final level. Now, each of the papers would have 30% MCQs. Earlier, what we used to have was with, I would say, predominantly the theory papers. We had the MCQs 30%, but now the decision is to have 30% MCQs at all the levels, all the papers of intermediate and final. Now, one important aspect which the students would be happy to know is that at the intermediate and final level for the MCQs, there is no negative marking. I know that when I'm in, we can't see the audience, but wherever I can assure that Dayabai and I have gone and made this announcement, we have heard a lot of claps from the student when we say that there is no negative marking that is there at the intermediate and final level MCQs. And I'll just
Yes.
because otherwise, the question that Ritvik has asked, I think we have covered about the salient features of the new scheme. But one thing I would like to share that for this purpose, and Dayabai, ma'am, you were also there, that the council would have deliberated, I would say at the board level and at the council level, the deliberations would have been at least for 1.5 to 2 hours collectively on whether negative marking should be there or not. So, I just wanted to share the level of discussions that we have, and one of the important things that came out, especially at the intermediate and final level with respect to negative marking, is that we want the students to think, to analyze, and also to take a risk. Because what happens is that when there is a negative marking, the students normally see, and I'll share that normally we know that out of the 4 options, 2 are incorrect. But it's in the other 2 that many times or most of the times we get stuck. I've also appeared for many MCQ based questions, and I also face a similar situation where I get stuck in 2 of the answers and which one would be the correct. Now, the whole thought process, the discussion was that if there is a negative marking, maybe the students would not take the risk, they would not analyze, they would not think further and just leave that MCQ to avoid the negative marking. But if there is no negative marking, the student would think, maybe also go back in the time of the practical training that the student might have come across certain such situation that would have been faced or interacted with the principal or the client and try to analyze, try to probe deep into it and get the correct answer, and then maybe take the risk of taking any one of those 2 options which the student feels is right. And it is this whole approach for the student which would be very important going forward, because once the student qualifies, becomes a member, these are the, I would say, the qualities that as a member, as a chartered accountant also, the student needs to imbibe. So this was just one aspect which I wanted to share, which we had not deliberated so far, but I thought that it is important. I think the rest of most of the things we have taken care of there. If you have anything about the scheme per se, which we might have missed, what Ritvik has asked about the details of the new schemes, and especially for the CA final students. So the MCQs which had been left out, we have covered. The self-paced you have covered. And so anything else you want to cover for the final level?
No, I think more or less, Vishalbhai, is basically the only advantageous position which we are giving this time for the purpose of examination, where May 24 students who are there, right? For them, only one exemption or benefit which has been given to all of those people is that instead of doing completing it before final examination, they have eligibility to do it post this also. So that's the only thing which is there. But all things you have effectively covered. What I'll just tell you is, for May 24 examination, whoever students are writing, by chance they are not able to spend time for their self-paced learning, because that is an eligibility criteria for set A and B. You need to complete. to write examination. This time we have given an exclusive exemption, one-time exemption, that the self-paced learning can be done after writing examination also, but before taking the membership. So this is the maximum thing which we have actually gone through. So Vishal bhai, I think all is been covered effectively, even including certain questions which I was just going through, which we have received. I was running through that. Anything major is left out, madam, just see.
Yes, madam.
Yes. Some net problems, sir, I was facing. Sorry for that. I think, sir, the next question is, sir, the student is wanting to know, Harshit is asking, once he clears, once he actually becomes a chartered accountant, after the 2 years of articleship, whether he'll be eligible to apply for certificate of practice?
Yes, yes, yes.
I think, sir, that I think maybe the query is there in the mind of the student. So I thought I'll just put this question.
So I would just like to add on that, because why this query is coming, it has been posed to me in many of the physical interactions also, that earlier in the outreach or last year when the draft scheme or the change in the regulations had been floated for public comments, there was a provision where for the certificate of practice, a member was required to undergo 1 year work experience under a fellow chartered accountant. So that was there in the original scheme, but subsequent to that, that has been withdrawn by the council, and the new scheme that has been accepted and notified, it does not have this requirement of 1 year, additional 1 year work experience post qualification under a fellow chartered accountant. So like the Vice Chairman sir mentioned that there is no such requirement, and therefore post qualification you can immediately apply and get the certificate of practice.
That's right, sir. Thank you. Sir, this next question is from Divya Santosh. I said this question, I'm posing it to the Vice Chairman, sir. Sir, she's saying, does ICAI repeat questions from previous exams? Or is it enough to study only from study material published by ICAI? How, sir, you can give us some tips to pass the foundation exam at first go.
I have my personal experience to share. So, dear Santosh, Divya Santosh, what happened is once I was dropping my father, he is also a chartered accountant, to the airport. Madam, interesting point to note.
Yes.
And when I was dropping him to the airport, I was about to write my intermediate examinations. So I was stuck with so much of study. Then father told, okay, you come, we'll go to the airport and you come back again. So on the way, Chairman, same question I asked my father. So do they repeat same question in the next exam? So he smiled and said, there is a decision which has been taken that no paper should, no subject or topic should be left. Then I thought, okay, because father wants me to study a little more, let me skip. And madam, the surprise was from the same chapter, same question for 16 mark, compulsory has come. So I didn't have face to go back and show it to my father, nor I could pass. So dear student, one request to you all is never experiment with institute. That is my honest request, because none of us know which kind of question is going to come. That is the most sanctity oriented approach which has been followed by ICAI. Number two, if you study material, trust me, do it like a Bible, do it like a Bhagavad Gita, do it like a Quran. If you study anything, you will get the lessons of life. If you study material of institute, one assurance we all can give is there is no reason you should fail. So please take it from us, study material. And the tip which I would like to give you for passing CA examination is only one thing. Calculator practice, no use. Writing, no use. If you ask, at the foundation level, it is basics. And the more you practice, it will always be better. similar kind of problems, similar kind of questions which have come from various chapters. Example, you are doing one accounts problem. Account problem might be 7 or 8 or 10 adjustments which are standard one. So try to understand why that impact is there. Doing tens of problems is not the solution. Doing one problem with all the adjustment will give you a confidence that you can do that entire examination comfortably. So technically, there is no second thought for hard work. If you only attend classes and think that you will pass, the answer is big no. If you think that you can do it in a one way and do it, the answer is big no. But only thing is the study material, whatever is there written in that, if you are able to go through, trust me, the entire 100 marks only comes from study material. That's all I can tell you. So
Right.
do focus study.
I would like to add a couple of points here for the students, that if you download the prospectus, like I said, it was uploaded on the 1st of July on the ICI website and the BOS knowledge portal also, it's available.
Yes.
That at each level, what is the learning that is expected from a student? If you look at it, and I'm reading out from that prospectus itself, at the foundation level, it is application, comprehension, and knowledge. At the intermediate level, it is analysis and application along with comprehension and knowledge. And at the final level, it is evaluation and synthesis, analysis and application, and comprehension and knowledge. Right. So as the levels increase, the expectations also increase. And if we look at the self-paced online module for set A and B, you need the expert knowledge like you require at the final level. And for the set C and D, you need the working knowledge that you require at the intermediate level. So this was one thing which I wanted to share with you. The second thing, and a very important thing, again, what the efforts of the BOS in the direction of enabling the student, I would say, infusing enthusiasm and confidence in the student is the MCQ practice platform that was launched on 1st of July. And this is though under the new scheme of education and training, but as you are aware, many of the topics and the subjects remain similar. And I would just like all the students over here to know that this is available on the BOS knowledge app, knowledge portal, as well as the mobile app. So I'll just take a couple of minutes to run you through that what exactly has been done by the BOS team and the faculties there. So let us say we were talking about the foundation level. So when you log in to the knowledge portal or the mobile app with your login credentials, you will find a dashboard where the 4 subjects of the foundation appear. When you go to the next screen, I'll come back to the dashboard later on. So when you go to the next screen, or there are 4 papers, let us say you select the first paper, which is accounting. When you go to the next screen, you will find a list of all the chapters which are there under the accounting, where you as a student can select 1 or more chapters for which you want to practice the MCQ. So you can select chapter 1, 5, 9, or you can have a 2, 3, 4, or a 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to do. 1 or multiple chapters you can select. You go to the next screen on this, then it will ask about the level of testing that you want to appear for. So there is simple, medium, and difficult. So these are the 3 levels which have been given. Again, you can select 1 or multiple levels of this. So either you can have a combination of simple and medium, or simple and difficult, or only difficult, whatever way. And then you go to the next screen. So once the selection of the subject, the chapters, and the difficulty level or the level of testing has been done, the portal will throw up 20 MCQs for you. These 20 MCQs presently, the BOS has kept the timer as 20 minutes to be given to respond or answer the 20 MCQs. Now, once you answer, so you will find on the right side the numbers, question numbers, and if you answer, it will turn green. If it is not yet, you've not gone through that question, it will appear some other color. If you can even skip that particular question presently, then it will show a separate color that this question you have skipped. You can again come back to a particular question, even if you have answered, you have not answered, you can do whatever you want to do. And when you click the submit button, immediately the answers would be on the screen along with your score. So let us say out of the 20 questions, 20 MCQs, you would have answered 15, of which 5 were correct. Then immediately when you submit you click the submit button, you will get 5 out of 20 as the score. That is the correct answers. And all the 20 questions and the answers, the correct answers as well as the answers that you have given would get reflected so that you are able to analyze where you went wrong and what was the correct answer wherever you have given the correct answer. Now you come back to the dashboard. On the dashboard, like I said, I'll come back later. So over there, if you see, you have the subject. So on, let us say we were talking of the accounting, the accounts first paper. So against that, you will find, let us again hypothetically a number 220. Against that, you will find a number after you have submitted this paper of yours, MCQs of yours, you'll find 5, which means that 220 are the total number of questions which are available in the database, in the MCQ database. And 5 is the answers, the correct answers that you have scored so far. Let us say again you appear for that particular paper. The next round you have 7 correct answers. So that 220 against that 220, that 5 will become 12 because another 7 you have given the correct answers. So from your side, and the interesting part is whichever answers you have not attempted or were incorrect, for you they will go back into the pool, and maybe the next time you attempt that chapter or the difficulty level, that question might come up again. So we want you to keep on practicing till out of the 220 you are able to score 220, and you can keep on practicing till that point in time. So this is what we have done for you. Just extending to what the question that Divya had asked, that for foundation study material, yes, you do have the study material, you do have the live learning classes of the BOS team, and in addition to everything, we have now started this also. So your endeavor should be that whatever are the questions, the MCQs and the case scenarios that are available, you should attempt to correctly answer all of them. And let me tell on behalf of the whole team here at the Board of Studies, on behalf of my Vice Chairman, that our endeavor is that 220, that database is there, the data bank is there. Over a 3 or 4 year period, we would want that to become 1,000. And from your side, so that means that when you are practicing, you get a lot of this data bank to practice on. And when you are able to get, let us say, 1,000 out of 1,000, your confidence walking into the exam hall will be much higher than maybe what it was otherwise. So that was from my side, ma'am, that I wanted to add.
Right, sir. No, sir, actually you took words from my mouth. You took words from my mouth. I said I'll add, but you already added to what Vice Chairman said. And this was very much required. And this is one thing I also would like to add, sir. Now, I think more than 30,000 students have already come to this particular dashboard, and they have started attempting the questions. And they're really appreciating it, sir. And we are really confident that in times to come, in months, every month, we are going to add to the question bank at all the levels. And sir, one thing more is also there. They must also practice do the mock test papers also. Because for December exam, for foundation, we are going to have mock test papers in the month of October, and the second series will be in the month of November. So I think, sir, this is something again, we always ask our students to attempt the mock test, because it is going to be like a full dress rehearsal for them before the examination. Right. Sir, then I come to...
no, but wait, ma'am. Let us first compliment the chairman for those efforts which has been put for the MCQ platform. Chairman, hats off to you. I think your thought, your vision, your way of looking at things, what the student need. This is marvelous. If students have not gone through that MCQ, I can only tell you is you lost it, not we. Because the kind of appreciation we all are getting in Board of Studies is unmatchable. The students are so positive, and the way, with the passion with which the chairman spoke, you can imagine, he actually has everything on his eyes. Like we used to study na, madam. तो हमको दिखता था पेपर में कहाँ पे अंडरलाइन करे हुए हैं, वैसा ये चेयरमैन के दिमाग में भी है ना, पूरा MCQ ऐसे ही छपा हुआ है. He can just turn pages and tell this is the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Students, my honest and humble request is not that because we have done it, the chairman has done it, but yes, it is going to give you a total different kind of confidence. Fail at home, not before the society. That is one thing which you need to understand well and ensure that the success runs with you. You take the success on your shoulder, and the success will take you on the shoulder. Both ways going to be very beneficial for you. Do it. Do well.
Right, sir. Thank you. And I'll just thank our chairman and vice chairman for all the efforts, along with the BOS team, which have put in all the efforts. And all of us are continuously working so that we make your experience, we make you so self-sufficient that you don't have to go anywhere. Just come to the BOS knowledge portal and attempt the questions. Don't go anywhere. Just come over here. Go through our material, go through our questions, attempt the questions, and nobody can stop you from success. Success is just one doorstep ahead. That's what I can say. I come to the next question. Sir, I am just asking this from Vice Chairman, sir, because Chairman, sir, has very in detail explained about the MCQ paper assessment dashboard. I think, sir, I'll ask this question to give him some respite. So that, sir, now this question, number 32, it is from Siddharth Yadav. Sir, actually, he's saying, as per the relaxation provided to old scheme students to start articleship before 30th September 2023, he has cleared his CA Intermediate Group 1 in May 23, but his ICI TSS is pending because of less number of students enrolling and batches getting cancelled. And no further batch is available before November 23. How can he start his articleship before 30th September without completing his ICI TSS training, sir?
I think very quick for all those students who are facing this kind of problem, please take it from us. There is a clear instruction which has been reached out to all the branches, all the regions, very clearly. Even if the numbers are not matching, don't bother. Everything will be taken care. And we request you immediately use this 30th September deadline, because there will not be any extension. In case you are finding any difficulty with regards to this, without hesitation, reach out to us. We will, and give us the details from which branch you are been coordinating. We will ensure that it has been taken care. Madam, if any such queries are coming from the student, whether it is 1 or whether it is 10, let us consolidate those and ensure that the students don't go through any kind of difficulty in this process. Very clear to all you students, if you find any kind of difficulty, not only you students who are not attending, if your friends are there, kindly go and communicate at large, because every communication doesn't reach everyone, right? So when you are coordinating in a group or your firms, wherever you are going to join, please put a word there saying that this is what it has been communicated. Any difficulty, without hesitation, reach out to us. Don't wait for a moment also, because this is a very important thing. And we as a council have taken a decision that no student should be having difficulty in this regard. Madam, any mail, instruct our office to catch it then and there itself on this particular matter. That's it.
Sure, sir. Sir, all the efforts are on, sir, and no student will be left out who cannot do this particular training without undergoing all these ICI TSS, sir. I think, and students, you also must note, if in case you have any problems, you need to write to us, and you have our email IDs also. It's hosted on a BOS knowledge portal. Our IDs are there. You can write to us, and our numbers are also available. You can write to us, and you will not miss on any such kind of batch. Now, I come to the next question, which is number 41. It is from Libby John. She's saying, Sir, I'm intermediate direct entry student and have already completed 20 months of articleship training. Sir, this question I'm posing it to the chairman, sir, but cleared only first group. Sir, please give relaxation of articleship training up to 2 years so that we can fully concentrate on final studies.
Well, to Libby, I would like to share that the eligibility for the exam, the months of practical training, and all those is what is decided by the council and approved by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs under the CA regulations. So, what I understand is that you have already completed 20 months of practical training and have cleared only one group, only the first group of your intermediate, and you need to still the second group is pending. So for those who, like I said, those who have started the 3 years of practical training, they would have to complete the 3 years of practical training. They cannot convert into 2 years or any such thing. And madam, you can just correct me. What I understand is that Libby would be able to clear the second group of the intermediate examination and then would still be eligible to appear for the final examination in the last 6 months of her practical training, because Libby is undergoing 3 years of the practical training where the eligibility requirement is for final exam. So let us say that in November 2023, Libby appears for the intermediate exam and passes the second group and would still be eligible to appear for the final exam in the last 6 months of the practical training. So technically, there would not be much of a time that Libby would lose on account of the number of attempts that are being required to clear the intermediate exam. But yes, a lot of efforts would be required to catch up and ensure that in the first eligible final attempt, Libby would be able to clear the final attempt like any other student who would have joined the practical training, who would have commenced the practical training along with such students.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from Bhargav. Sir, this time question again, sir, I'm putting it to you only, Chairman, sir. He's saying he's CA inter student but did not complete any of the groups. And now he has graduated and also his IT and OC is also completed. And now he's giving his second attempt in inter but did not clear again any of the group. So can he take direct entry and start articleship now?
Yeah, so Bhargav, the announcement of 13th August 2023 of the institute, where we have relaxed this particular requirement. Earlier, the requirement was that only 2 years of practical training was allowed after the launch of this new scheme with effect from 1st of July. But now students can convert from foundation to the direct entry route and commence 3 years of practical training on or before 30th September 2023 and even appear for the intermediate November 2023 examination. So this we have also covered in the FAQ version 4. If you go through that, query number 10.38, we have covered such a situation. So like I said, for all such students, you can still convert from foundation to the direct entry, commence practical training on or before 30th September, and even appear for the November 2023 intermediate exams. Over to you, ma'am.
Madam, unmute.
So this question, number 49, is from Jay Singh. He's saying he'll be applying for internship after this November 23 attempt. And he's curious if he'll get the practical training of 3 years or 2 years. And he also wants to know about the possibility for industrial training in case of 2 years of training period. To the Vice Chairman, sir. Sir, 49 questions. Yes, sir.
So when you talk about an internship in the month of November, obviously it will go for 2 years only. Point number one, because it is after 30th September as stated by chairman, right? And number two was with regards to industrial undertaking. Earlier, when we had 3 years of industrial undertaking, we had 1.5 years of industrial training. Now we have 1 year of industrial training, which has been approved under the new CRIT. Also, for those students who want to do international industrial training, you are also eligible to do international industrial training of 1 year in these 2 years. Out of these 2 years, anywhere in the world, under a chartered accountant or a CPA who is a member of the institute which is member of IFAC. So this procedure you need to remember. And yes, as I told, 2 years articles because starting in November. Number two, 1 year of internship, which industrial undertaking, which is there with international industrial undertaking also. Right, madam?
Thank you, sir. Sir, next question, sir. I'm just posing it to the chairman, sir. It's from Nisha Jha, number 51. She's saying her query is, she's from direct entry and she has joined the articleship before 30th June. So how to discontinue her articleship and again join for 2 years articleship, whether she is able to do it, sir? Sir, do we have this provision available, sir?
Fine. So what I understand is that Nisha has commenced her practical training before 30th June, that is before the new scheme came into effect. So now the options that are available to Nisha, like I mentioned earlier, that she can continue with the 3 years of practical training and whatever are the, I would say, the conditions attached to it with respect to the 156 days of leave, with respect to appearing for the final exam in the last 6 months of the practical training, doing AICITSS along with practical training, all this Nisha would be eligible to do. Alternately, if you want to do the 2 years of practical training, then you can do that, but only after you have cleared both the groups of the intermediate exam. Then only you would be able to commence the 2 years of practical training. And in that situation, you will have to terminate your 3 years of practical training and re-register under the 2 years of practical, or I would say not re-register, but commence your 2 years of practical training, because whatever days that you would have served under the 3 years would not get recognized, because there is no conversion of practical training from 3 years to 2 years. You will have to terminate 3 years and again commence under 2 years, but subject to the condition that you have cleared both the groups of intermediate.
Sir, now, sir, I come to the next question, which, sir, I am posing it to the Vice Chairman, sir, number 58. It's from Abhishek Chaudhary. Sir, again, it's one of your sir, key areas, sir, self-paced online modules. Student is asking how and when I can appear for self-paced modules if his attempt is in, his final attempt is in November 24.
If his final attempt is in November 24, that means he is already initiated the training period, right, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Or even
yes.
if he is not initiated, he is supposed to write final examination. So you can start your self-paced learning post 30th September, which we are going to come out with the exact date shortly. After that, till the examination, because in November 24, the eligibility criteria for your examination attempt will be that you should have completed self-paced learning, right? So only for the month of for the May 24 exam, eligibility is given before applying for membership after passing. But for November, please, 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 all students note down, don't experiment with this. You have to complete self-paced learning before that. Right?
Right, sir. Thank you. Sir, the next question I'm posing it to the chairman, sir. Again, sir, this is on self-paced online module. Number 63 from Krishnika. She's saying, can students appear for more than one module in a different set at the same time, or do they have to individually clear, or is there some aggregation for clearing, sir, like in a groups also?
So, self-paced again. So now I'm getting an opportunity to speak on self-paced after almost, I would say, 1.5 hours. So,
on a lighter note, listen. On a lighter note, Madam is posing more questions to you because you are chairman and you are agreeing to.
I think because even during our interactions, there have been some very, very, I would say, interesting and motivating questions with respect to self-paced, which I'll try to cover along with this response. So Dayabai has given a lot of insights into the self-paced. So there are 4 modules, of which set A, set B are compulsory, and set C and set D are the elective modules. So a student would need to appear in different sets. They can, so each set you can appear at a different point in time. Again, I would say the schedule for the exams, because these all would be online exams being conducted by the exam department. So the schedules and all would be notified in advance, which you would have to apply for and maybe appear for that. So if you ask me at a given point in time, so you can start all the 4 sets at the same time, reading for it, preparing for it, going through the videos and everything, and at your own pace, as per your convenience, you can appear for the exams with respect to under the self-paced module. So the passing mark is 50% in each of the set. Each set is independent of the other. So when you do set A, set B, so there is no set off that under all the 4 papers or 2 papers that you need to have an aggregate of 50%. That is not the requirement. The requirement is 50% in each of the set. That is the passing mark. Another interesting part is especially in the set C and the set D, which are the electives, where you have to select one of the subjects. The option would be given to the student that in case they want to change after they have already registered for a particular subject for any reason, the student wants to change to some other paper under that particular set, then that option would be given to such student. And thereby, I would like to, this is where I was very happy in a few of the interactions, where students, they raise their hand, they ask that, sir, maybe that set C and set D, we are exempted from appearing. What if we want to appear? Or under set C, set D, what if we want to appear for more than one paper and pass more than one paper? I say that as chairman board of studies and at for the whole team here, there could not be more motivating and encouraging thoughts from the students for us. But let me be very honest, right now we are working on the mandatory aspect first for the students, whatever is the mandatory requirement. But we would be very happy that if students want to take up additional learning from the board of studies, I believe there should be, we would be enablers for that. But this was one thing which I wanted to share, which was pretty, I would say, motivating and encouraging for the whole team at the VOS. That this is the positive side of the whole new scheme and the way it has been received by the student fraternity especially.
Chairman, if you remember, go back to the discussion which we started this session with regards to self-paced learning. We will be the first people to complete and clock that number of hours and show to our students that, look, we have completed. Now it's your time. And it's going to be a very interesting experience. And that is why I said we envy you.
Right, sir. Sir, to add to what all you have said in a lighter way, sir, if a student attempts more than one paper in set C or D, sir, let me clarify it to them. They are not going to get any additional marks. It will only be restricted. That is only for their knowledge
Madam,
consumption.
the scoring has to be in life lessons and lifetime experience.
That is
Not
true, sir.
only the marks of examination. Knowledge is available with many, but
That-
wisdom is available with few. Right?
That is true. Very true, sir.
And just to add, I don't know Devi, whether you covered or not, I might be repeating, but these marks of the self-paced, they would not be aggregated at the final level. So that is, if they are independent, they are a prerequisite, a qualifying criteria to appear, to make you eligible to appear for the final exam. And therefore, these marks would not be aggregated or added to any of the final paper or the final groups to qualify you as a chartered accountant. So the final group, 2 groups, 3 papers each, total 6 papers. The passing criteria of 40%, 50% is independent of the self-paced learning.
Right, sir. Sir, now this question, sir, I'm posing it to Sir Vice Chairman, sir. Again, self-paced online module, which is in great demand, sir. Lot many questions are there. Why? This is from Skanda Pavan, intermediate 66. Why have the old scheme students been exempted from set C and D of the self-paced modules?
Madam, this is where the chairman was talking. At this point in time, we'll only focus on the statutory part of requirement. But yes, we are also excited after listening to, talking to, interacting with so many students. If I want to forget anyone, madam, when we talk about members who have qualified their examination, the stage will be that the Board of Studies is also going to teach and give options to the teacher, members who have completed the course to do this kind of course. So dear student, don't worry. Let us first work on the statutory aspect, and then we will ensure that you get that experience of learning.
That's right. Sir, the next question, the Chairman, sir, I'm posing it to you. It's number 68. Pushpanjali is saying, how many times we have chance to write self-paced online modules before appearing in final exam, like our other exams are conducted twice in a year. So they are again wanting to know about the number of times they can write.
Yeah,
see, a person who qualified in first attempt should not answer that.
But sir, I think sir, we can answer it very well, sir. I can answer it well.
No, even I can answer it, because this answer would also ensure that as far as this answer is concerned, I am able to clear in the first attempt. So, yeah.
True.
So, my question to response to Pushpanjali is that there is no limit on the number of attempts as far as the self-paced online module is concerned. See, it will be working in this way, that you have cleared intermediate both groups. You will register for the final examination, as well as you will register for the practical training, clearing both groups of intermediate. When you register for the final exam or the final level, I would say, automatically the SSP would trigger the self-paced module in the system, and you would be eligible for the study material, the video lectures, and the examination. You can keep on appearing for the exam, and that is the whole, I would say, one of the major, I would say, achievements of this whole new scheme of education and training, like I said, to reduce the exam burden of the May, November from 8 papers to 6 papers each at the inter and final level, without compromising on the quality of the education as well as the examination. So this self-paced online module, that, let us say, based on whatever the guidelines comes from the examination department, you give the you attempt for the first time, you are not successful, then maybe in a week or 10 days time, after again preparing for it, you would be eligible to appear for that again. Again, a student, let us not successful, then maybe the student would be able to appear after a week or 10 days or after a month or whenever the student wants to appear. But there is a time limit. So it starts after when you register for the final level, but you have to complete all the self-paced online modules before you appear for the final examination. So that is an eligibility requirement for the final examination. So technically speaking, 2 years of practical training, 6 months is the period you have for the final examination. Means after completing practical training, 6 months thereafter, you will be able to appear for your final exam. Considering hypothetically that 2 months before the exam, you fill up the exam form, as is the situation today, 2.5 months before that. That means you get 2 years of practical training, 3.5 months or so to complete your self-paced online module. So this is the time frame. And if you are not able to complete within that time frame, then your final attempt would get pushed by another 6 months. And therefore you have to, so there is no number of attempts, any limit, but as far as the time frame is concerned, I would say there is a limitation of that. Yes, Dayavi, over to you.
In this particular thing, Chairman sir, is primarily that the students who are writing exam, you have actually covered everything. I'll be repeating the entire thing. So let me just skip my comment. But yes, the opportunity is very good for students to do it in a right way. We are actually, I'll put it this way. We have deliberated in the committee also, exclusive committee which has been made out for the self-paced learning examination, how many times a student should be eligible to write exam. The deliberation has been very clear that, we need to give a study time, at least, Chairman sir, is that if you talk about a 7 days time, 15 days time, 21 days time, there is a time that need to be deliberated. And this being under the examination department has to take a call whether we give a study time of 7 days, 14 days, or 21 days, or 1 month. So one extreme thought has come that 14 days should be a gap between two examinations. Another extreme thought has come that if I have written exam today, that doesn't mean I cannot write exam tomorrow. So I should be eligible to take and slot for tomorrow's examination also. So it is a slotting which is going to be there. So deliberations are on. But yes, it will not be a restrictive approach. Initially, the discussion started with twice in a month, twice in a week, which is Saturday and Sunday, it should be there. But now the deliberation is that why not every day? Who is stopping you to take every day? So there are a lot of such things are happening, but that announcement will come shortly. Before the time the new students, the set of students who are eligible to write examination by end of September or beginning of October, that clarity also with regards to that examination.
Sir, again, sir, this one question, I'm posing it to the chairman, sir. Sir, this has come just now. And the student is saying that if we start the articleship on 30th September 2023, then can we register in SSP portal till 30th October only, or they can do it later on also, or whether the form will get closed?
Sorry, please. Sorry, the question was?
Sir, the question is, like, sir, in the recent announcement which we have come out on 13th August, we have given the leverage to the students to start their articleship of 3 years till 30th of September. So, they can commence the articleship latest till 30th September. They are wanting to know whether the form of this practical training registration form, will it be open after 31st also, or will it get closed? So this is what they are wanting to know.
Loud, clear. I think it is going to get closed. Am I right, Chairman, sir?
Yes. This is a one-time benefit or relaxation that the council has agreed to give, and therefore that 30-day window is there. And in the announcement also, it is very clearly mentioned that post that 30 days from 30th September, even on payment of additional fees, the form would not be accepted. So it would be, so the form would technically not be available on the SSP portal after 30th September or 30 days from 30th September, 31st day, and it would get locked.
Right, sir. Sir, we have, sir, covered all the queries. The common, sir, queries were to the tune of 1400, and but they were all, mostly they were common queries, which we have covered in the today's session, sir. And only queries specifically which we have not exactly touched upon are relating to the exemption. So for that, sir, like you have already said, because when the announcement will come, we'll do this particular session again for them, for the benefit of the students. And sir, I'll thank both of you for this particular session, which you have answered all the queries of the students. I think the students' mind would be quite now at rest, and that anxiety level will be now very low, and they'll be able to continue with their journey of from old to the new scheme, which is really going to be, say, kind of an experiential journey, I'll say. I've converted experiential learning to experiential journey now, sir. So, sir, now still we have those another 5-10 minutes. I'll request both of you one by one, sir. Since the November exams are coming, what are the tips? What do you want to advise them, sir? And what the BOS is doing for the students for the forthcoming 2-3 months? Sir, if you can throw light on that, sir.
Chairman, sir.
Well, so November is always a difficult month as far as the exams is concerned, because there are a lot of festivals before that. Being from Gujarat, I cannot forget the Garba and the Navratri, definitely. And then you would always have the Diwali and the other festivals attached to it. So from that perspective, I would say that yes, there would be a lot of distractions, but I always share that one thing that you need to do, because you are appearing for the CA examinations, whichever level it would be, and definitely you need to focus on it right. So my first advice to all my student friends is that please do not lose focus. The times are bright for the profession, and you need to qualify in this attempt itself. So there should not be any negativity. Please do not get defocused. Just like those, the horses, you need to have a very focused mind. On the BOS side, definitely, yes, we are coming up with the mock exams. The schedules would be announced shortly. And I think the RTPs would, I have also already been uploaded on the portal. So we would be coming out with the announcement on that RTPs. The suggested answers would also be released in the first week of September. We are having the BOS for Your Success, the series where our faculties take the last minute, I would say, refresher courses, batches sort of on various subjects for the students in between the two mock exams. So please do take benefit of the mock exams. And the study material, definitely the Vice Chairman sir has already dwelled upon the importance of going through the study material. Like I also shared about the MCQ practice platform. Please go through it, though it is under the new scheme. But like I said, that there are a lot of takeaways even from the questions that are presently there with respect to the chapters that are continuing under the new scheme from the old scheme. So there are a lot of things for the students that the BOS does. And one thing you all students should keep in mind, that the Board of Studies is ultimately for the students only. So day in, day out, whatever the activities the whole team at the BOS does is to for the benefit of students. Please do not get distracted by anything, like as far as the exemption of the papers, the carry forward, and the announcement is concerned. It was said that it has been said that it will be out, I would say, by this week itself. So stay a bit relaxed. And my best wishes to all of you, that all of you are successful in the next examination of yours. Over to you, Dayabai.
Thank you, sir. Sir, over to Vice Chairman, sir.
See, one thing which I would like to share with all our students is, if you think that we have not been students in past, you are wrong. We all have gone through the same kind of experience which you all are going through, whether it is foundation, inter, or final. The same thing. I think only the times has changed. The way things have been moving are different. But yes, the focus as such, when you do an international comparison with the international courses, our course has gone to a totally different level. And I think we all have to be satisfied and be ready to embrace the newer opportunities which are coming up for chartered accountants. Being the largest accounting body with 450,000 members, 850,000 students, we are still carving to get more and more people to join the course of CA as such. In a population of 130 crores, you think that 450,000 student chartered accounts will be sufficient? The answer is big no. Even if this 850,000 people qualify the chartered accountancy, it's not going to restrict, because the aim of this country is to become Vishwaguru in not only one thing, multiple things. Even if you look at multiple statements which are being made by the government, multiple ministers who have talked at different forums, the fact is that the focus is on the top 7 professionals which they want to do export of services. And among that, chartered accountancy course is at the top. Dear students, one thing which I would like to say, if this course, someone asked, what is the future of this course? I only told one statement to them, which I will reiterate here for the benefit of you all, because you all will get that confidence in two sense. One is that till the time money and money's worth is there on this planet Earth, till that time, the course of chartered accountancy is going to be there. So if you think there is one day there is no zero value of money, that might be a situation of money. But again, a chartered accountant also will emerge in that process to be existing and to provide services at a national and international level. Take it from me, not only me, not only my chairman, not only Vandana madam, but also the president, vice president, and the entire council, the past president, past council, 75 years of being together and establishing the goodwill of profession like CA. I think it's a testimony when the success of this nation is going to be there. Take it from me, if they say that there are 4 folders which are to be used for everything, 3 will be of chartered accountants only. Because when you talk about defining an economy, growth, success, or any word of positivity you talk about, it is a chartered accountant who always aspire not only my growth, my client's growth, my people growth, nation growth. We are always thinking that, nation first, and that is how we are being moving forward, not only nationally, but now we are getting international opportunities in a big way, in a larger way. The multiple institutes are coming and willing to do MRAs, MOUs with us. Multiple colleges, universities are now coming forward to do exclusive MOUs with ICI to ensure that there is a better knowledge which is being shared in commerce and accountancy. World, when they are talking about the youngest nation as India, take it from me, most of the countries are waiting for all of us to enter their country to support their economy in true sense. I wish you a great success. Examination is only one step of the entire growth story, a success story. Just have confidence in yourself, love your parents, respect them. The moment, take it from me, the moment you feel down, demotivated, just go and sleep in your lap of mother or take blessings of your father. Be with your friends, be with your family. Just, these all problems are just temporary. Examinations, don't take it to your heart, mind, and all. Don't take that stress. It will be there today, tomorrow. The paper, the subjects are written by a human being only. So you are also a human being who will understand. Might be a little less, might be a little more. Don't worry about examination. It will come. You will pass if you have confidence in yourself. And we wish you have confidence in yourself. And whenever you feel that you want our help from Board of Studies, we are available for you. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Finally, sir, it's 5 o'clock, so we would like to end in time. But as students, today is a day that we should all look forward to get motivation from. And definitely as Indians, we have two big events. One is the World Chess Championship, where the world number 23 is taking over world number 1.
Yes.
R. Pragnananda. I think that is, again, as a student, I would have been in your shoes, I would have looked forward to him for getting motivation. And definitely our Chandrayaan 3, which is in a short time going to land on the moon. So you can see the efforts that so many people would have put in. And similarly, it's our time to enjoy, relish that moment as Indians and as students, to take motivation from them and to achieve our goal, our path, our success. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you everybody for this enlightening session. And like the sir has rightly said, we have to bring our profession to number 1. We are world number 1, and we are our country, India, is also going to be in the world map number 1, and the ICAS and the India's map, the position, we both are going to be number 1, and it is all because of you, because you are the aspiring chartered accountants, and a lot of hopes are there with you that you are going to take this particular flag further. Thank you. Thank you to everybody. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.